Good morning, my dear students of intermediate first year. Once again, I would like to thank you for being with Dhaka College, for being with me. Those who are with me from Dhaka College as well as from different corners of Bangladesh are requested to be ready because we are going to start a very important lecture on modifier today. You know that those who are with me in my last class know that we started modifier. The last class was about the definition of modifier and we tried our level best to learn what modifier is. And I showed you the classification of modifier. I told you that modifiers are of two types. One is pre-modifier, another is post-modifier. Today, I'd like to focus on the question pattern on modifier. How questions are given in your exam should be covered today. So we are going to focus on question pattern of modifier, and while we will be talking about the question pattern of modifier, you will be able to come to know about some important portions of English grammar. So my dear students, today we are going to talk about question pattern of modifier. You know that modifier refers to a word or phrase or clause. Modifier refers to a word or phrase or clause. My dear students, word or phrase or clause. What is the function of modifier? The function of modifier is to modify. A modifier can modify either a word or a phrase. Okay. Now we have to calculate the classification of modifier, and this calculation has already been done. Modifiers are of two types, you know that. One is pre-modifier and this post-modifier. Today I will talk about the question pattern of both pre-modifier and post-modifier. Okay, my dear students, so let's start with the question pattern of pre-modifier. But before starting the question of pre-modifier, I'd like to talk for a while about pre-modifier. Okay, look at please. You are very serious. You are very serious, my dear students. Look at me. According to this sentence, we have got four words. You are very serious. Here, serious is an adjective. Here, serious is an adjective, and this adjective is being modified by very. That's why we can say very is an adverb. Very is an adverb. Here, very modifies the adjective serious. That's why we will call very a modifier. And this very is a pre-modifier. Why? Because while it is modifying the word serious, it has taken its position before the modified word. That's why it's a pre-modifier. Okay, but my question is, serious is an adjective, that's why very is an adverb, because very modifies serious. Now we have come to know that very is a pre-modifier. Very is a pre-modifier. Now let us talk about the question pattern. Okay, our first sentence today. Look at please. Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb. Look at please. I have written 5 names of parts of speech. You can see noun, pronoun, adjective, verb and adverb. You know that noun is a naming word. Dear students, noun is a naming word. Pronoun is a substituting word. Adjective is a qualifying word. Adjective is a qualifying word. Okay. Verb is a doing word and adverb is a modifying word. Okay. My dear students, noun is the naming word, pronoun is a substituting word, verb is a doing word, adjective is a qualifying word, and Adverb is a modifying word. Dear students, look at please. Noun and pronoun. Dear students, noun and pronoun. Noun, if noun gets qualified, if noun is influenced by any parts of speech. This conception is really important. That's why I'm talking about this parts of speech. Noun can only be qualified, or you can say noun can only be influenced by adjective. Pronoun can be influenced by adjective. Adjective can be influenced by adverb. Verb can be influenced by adverb. Adverb can be influenced by. This conception is really important, my dear students. This conception is really important. If noun and pronoun are influenced by any parts of speech, that particular parts of speech must be an adjective. In case of verb, adjective and adverb, the parts of speech will be adverb. Okay, so my dear students, try to take this in mind. This conception will help us to solve the problems regarding modifier. Okay, now my dear student, look at please. Noun is modified, noun is qualified or modified by adjective, pronoun is by adjective, adjective is qualified, adjective is modified by adverb, verb is modified by adverb, and adverb is modified by adverb. So try to keep it in mind that noun and pronoun, the responsibility of noun and pronoun goes to adjective. The rest of the parts of speech are influenced or modified by adverb. Keep it in mind, my dear students. Now my first question. In modifier part, in order to give you a question of modifier, at first question number is given. At first question number is given. This is question number A. At question number 9 of English second paper, modifier is given, and under modifier there are given 10 questions. Each of the questions contains half marks. In total there are 5 marks for modifier. Now look at please. This is question number A. This is the first question of modifier. After the question there will be a dash. Then look at, I have used a first bracket. I have used a first bracket. Look at please. Pre-modify the noun. Pre-modify the noun. Okay. Pre-modify the noun. Look at please. In the bracket I have written pre-modify the noun. This is the direction that will help you. Dash, then students will look at please, my dear student. Dash students will get priority. Dash students will get priority. Here, this is the sentence. This is the sentence. In this sentence, you have been given one question, and the question is, the question number is A. But what you need to understand here, this is very important. Pre-modify the noun. I have already told you that noun is qualified by adjective. Pre-modify the noun. What is the noun? The noun is students. You have to modify the noun students, and students can only be modified. Students can only be modified by adjective. Why adjective? I have already told you that noun and pronoun are influenced or qualified or modified by adjective. That's why you have to use an adjective to pre-modify the noun students. And this is question number A. In your answer scripts, please. In your answer script, you have to write A, In your answer scripts, you don't have to write the full sentence. You have to write the answer. And what is the answer? Please use a noun to pre-modify. Please use an adjective to pre-modify the noun, students. What should be the answer? What should be the answer? One student has written brilliant. Very good. Brilliant. Excellent answer, dear students. Brilliant is an adjective. This brilliant modifies the noun students. Okay. You just have to write brilliant, nothing else, in your answer scripts. Is it clear to you, my dear students? So brilliant is a pre-modifier here because this brilliant takes its position before the modified noun students. That's why I can say brilliant is a pre-modifier. Brilliant is an adjective because it modifies the word students. Okay, some students has written poor students. Excellent, no problem. Brilliant students, meritorious students. My dear students of Dhaka College as well as the students of other institutions of Bangladesh, can you understand me? Can you understand the question pattern? Can you understand the question pattern, my dear students? Ridoy Khan, Muhammad Safi, your answers are not correct because you haven't used any capital letter, because I have used this answer at the beginning of this sentence. Brilliant student, here no apostrophe is needed, my dear student. So brilliant students, sincere students, conscious students, regular students, ideal students. You can write a lot of answers, but some of the questions of modifier will not take alternative answers. I will show you. So my dear students, this is one example of pre-modifier. Okay, I will give you a lot of examples today. You have come to know about the question pattern of pre-modifier. If I make the question a bit critical, look at please. Look at my dear students. Now look at the question. Okay, pre-modify the noun with quantifier. Pre-modify the noun with quantifier. Don't get disappointed, don't get afraid. We will try our level best to help you. Look at please. Pre-modify the noun with quantifier. The sentence is similar. We have got a similar sentence, but look at the direction. Pre-modify the noun with quantifier. Dear student, one question for you. You have to modify the word students. You have to modify the word students. Student is a noun. Definitely students is a noun. That's why you must have to use adjective. But you have to use an adjective, but that adjective must be a quantifier. That adjective must be a quantifier. Dear student, look at me please. Quantifiers are adjectives, but all adjectives are not quantifiers. I am going to repeat. Adjectives, all quantifiers are adjectives, but all adjectives are not quantifier. This is very, very important, please. Some of you are using more than one word to give me the answer. You are not correct at all. You have to show me just one. You have to use just one word, because I have told you to pre-modify the noun with quantifier. Quantifier doesn't mean a phrase. It is a single word. It is a single word. Mona, don't write a few. Try to take a single word. Okay. So from this question, it becomes clear to you that you need to have perfect knowledge in terms of several grammatical items like quantifier. You have to know quantifier, you have to know adjective, you have to know noun adjective, you have to know determiner, you have to know possessive, you have to know compound, you have to know participle, you have to know phrase, you have to know adverb. These are the grammatical devices that you need to understand. If the question is given, pre-modify the noun with quantifier, pre-modify the noun with demonstrative, pre-modify the noun with blah 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 blah. Sorry, my dear students. So you have to know quantifier. This is not the class by which I will talk about quantifier. Today I will give you the question pattern, and already you have come to know about the question pattern. I will give you a lot of examples. Today the whole class will be spent on talking about the question pattern. So my dear students, if you get a question like, if you need to modify a noun, definitely you need to use an adjective, but be careful. If you are asked to use any other devices like adjective, you must have to do it. You must have to do it with that device like quantifier, demonstrative, determiner, possessive. Okay. So the answer should be dash students. You can say many students. You can say few students. You can say more students. I will show you what quantifier in my upcoming classes. So my dear students, this is the question pattern on modifier. Now I'd like to give you some more examples. Brilliant students respect. This is question number B. The question is, use an adjective to pre-modify the noun. Brilliant students respect dash. Brilliant students respect dash teachers. You have to modify the word teachers. What should be the answer? What should be the answer? Look at please. Brilliant students respect dash teachers. I want an adjective to pre-modify the noun. I want an adjective. Okay. Good teachers. Their teachers. Those who have written every, you are not correct, because I have used a plural noun. Honorable teachers. Good teachers. Okay. Anything else? Deepami, their teacher. There. Why are you using capital T? Why? All teachers. Honorable teachers. Thank you. Thank you. So you have got that the word teacher is expected to be modified by an adjective. Okay, and what is the adjective? You will use honorable, their, okay, brilliant. Okay, thank you. My another question for you. If the question is, Pre-modify the noun with possessive. Now, what should be the answer? You have been made confined because you have to use possessive. Pre-modify the noun. If you need to modify a noun, you need to use adjective. But look at please, you need to use an adjective, but this adjective must be a possessive. That's why I can say possessive is one kind of adjective, but all adjectives are not possessive. Okay, possessives are adjectives, but all adjectives are not possessive. So what should be answer right now? Now only one answer is correct, that is there. You are not allowed to use any other adjective except there. Okay, my dear students. Now I'd like to give you another. This is another question pattern of pre-modifier. Okay, pre-modifier is we will get pre-modifier when the modifier will be taking its position before the modified word or phrase. Okay. Next one. Bangladesh is an, look at this, is question number C. Have you got the question pattern? At first the question number will be given, then a dash, then the direction. This is the pattern of question of modifier. Pre-modify the noun. Pre-modify the noun. Bangladesh is a dash country. What should be the answer, my dear students? Agricultural. Don't write agriculture. Tahsinul Islam. Don't write agriculture. Don't write agriculture country. You have to modify country. That's why you have to use the adjective form. What is the adjective form of agriculture? The adjective form of agriculture is agricultural. Bangladesh is an independent country. Excellent, Siranuddin. Sarah Sadia. Amazing. You have to use capital A. Yeah, small a, sorry. You have to use capital. Agricultural. Dear students, if you use any capital letter to write the answer, you will be given 0 because you have to use the modifier at the middle of the sentence. Abir, beautiful is not correct because here I have used an. You have to use vowel sound here. Okay, don't use. Poor country is not correct. Bangladesh is an, and after an you have to use vowel sound. Okay, wonderful, beautiful, these are not correct because you have to use a vowel sound at the beginning of the word, which is going to be the answer of you. Independent correct, agricultural correct. Okay, thank you. So up to this part, it is quite clear to you that whenever you are asked to modify a noun, definitely you have to use adjective. Definitely you have to use adjective because the responsibility of noun and pronoun goes to an adjective. Is it clear to you, my dear students? But if the question is like pre-modify the noun with compound. I am repeating, Pre-modify the noun, that means you have to use an adjective. Pre-modify the noun with compound, that is you have to use an adjective and that adjective must be a compound. Can I say that all compounds are adjective but all adjectives are not compounds? Now you have to learn compound. I have already talked about quantifier, I have already talked about possessive, I have already talked about compound. I will totally clarify the items in my upcoming classes. Try to be with me, try to be with Dhaka College. Everything will be crystal clear to you. Excellent. Bangladesh is an agro-based country. Here agro-based is a compound. How we can create compound, I will not talk about right now. Agro-based, can I say overpopulated? Agro-based, overpopulated. Nafis N Islam, agro-based, please use small letter a and agro-based. Inside agro-based put a hyphen, okay? Is question pattern on pre-modifier clear to you, my dear students? Is the question pattern on pre-modifier clear to you? Bangladesh is not an underdeveloping country right now. A riverine, how is it possible? I have used an N. I will be heart attacked if you use this kind of sentence, this kind of answer. Okay, my dear students, what is the meaning of agro-based? Agro-based means krishi pradhan. Tushti, Madhya Tushti, agro-based means krishi pradhan. Agro-based means agricultural. My next question to you. This is question number D, suppose. Pre-modify the noun with quantifier. Dash people get American visa nowadays. Pre-modify the noun with quantifier. Pre-modify the noun, that is the noun is people, you have to modify the noun people, and as people is a noun is always modified by adjective, that means you have to use an adjective as pre-modifier, but this adjective must be a quantifier. I have already told you that all quantifiers are adjective but all adjectives are not quantifier, okay? Many, some, few. Oh, my dear students, look at please. So many correct. If you use some correct, but I'd like to give you 4 options. This question was given in the university admission test of Dhaka University, okay? I will give you 4 options and you have to identify the answer. Little, be less, few, fewer. Little less, fewer. What should be the answer? What should be the answer? I have given you the options. Sadia, hurry up, give me the answer. Polash, Sinan. Some of you are using few and some of you are using fear. That is, some of you are making mistakes and some of you are being correct. Kaushik, fear. We have already talked about 30 minutes. Very sad. I'd like to have a class of at least 2 hours. I will take, wait for a while. Everybody is looking after few and fewer, few and fewer, few and fewer. I will tell you what the answer is. Oh my God, already 1400 comments. Some of you are suffering psychologically. Thank you, my dear student. Now look at, I'd like to give you the answer. Dash people get American visa nowadays. Nowadays, dash people, look at please. Little, less, least. Little is an adjective. Every adjective, dear student, every adjective has 3 forms. They are positive form, comparative form, superlative form. Every adjective has 3 forms. They are positive form, comparative form, and superlative form. Little is an adjective. That's why little has another two forms. They are comparative form and superlative form. The comparative form of little is less. The superlative form of little is least. Okay. Now look at. Few is also an adjective. That's why few will have 3 forms. Few, fewer, fewest. Few, fewer, fewest. Look at please. Little, less, and least. These all forms are used. These all forms are used to modify a countable, to modify an uncountable noun. Please. So, little, less, and least are always used before an uncountable noun, but few, fewer, and fewest are always used before a countable noun. So my dear students, you can use few, fewer, and fewest only when you get a countable noun after these forms, few, fewer, fewest. In case of little, less, or least, you have to use uncountable noun. Okay, here people is countable. Here people is countable. That's why you have to use few or fewer or fewest. We have 2 options here. This is not correct. This is not correct. We have 2 options. One is few, another is fewer. Which one should I take? Which one should I take, my dear students? Hurry up, give me the answer. Again, you are fighting with fewer, fewer. Polash, what is happening here? Okay, look at please. People get American visa nowadays. Dash people, few or fewer. In the past, it has been a comparison in this sentence. In the past, more people got American visa, but nowadays, few or fewer. It has become a comparative degree. That's why we have to use fewer people get. Fewer people get the American visa nowadays. Okay, the answer is fewer. Okay. Have you got a little bit conception regarding the question pattern of modifier? Oh, no problem. Here doesn't mean affirmative or negative. You are not allowed to use any kind of few, because there has been a comparison. Okay, because of the word nowadays, you have to use comparative form. Okay. We have already talked about some questions. Another question. At least this is question number A. Premodify the noun with cardinal, numeral, premodify the noun with cardinal, numeral, adjective. Okay, at least dash. At least dash players are needed to consist of a cricket team. You have to modify the noun. Here the noun is players. You have to modify the noun cardinal, numeral, adjective. Dear students, you have to modify the word players. Players is a noun. That's why you have to use an adjective. But you have to use adjective, and that adjective must be cardinal, numeral, adjective. From this sentence, it becomes clear to you that we need to focus on a lot of grammatical devices. We need to understand some confusing grammatical devices. You need to know cardinal, numeral, adjective. You need to know ordinal, numeral, adjective. You need to know multiplicative, numeral, adjective. I will show you. I will tell you everything. But today I am just going to talk about the question pattern. Don't be disappointed. Everything will be clear afterwards. What is cardinal, numeral, adjective? Cardinal, numeral, adjective means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, 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 blah. Your answer should be 11. 11 is a cardinal, numeral, adjective. Okay. Don't use any capital E, because this word, the modifier that you are going to use, has been used at the middle of this sentence. Okay, my dear students, now I'd like to give you another example. So, after this part, we have given you a lot of examples. At first, the question number will be given. After question number, a dash is given. After dash, you will be given a direction. In the direction, you will be asked to modify a certain word or phrase, and you will be given the instrument by which you need to modify. Now, my dear students, we are pre-modify the adjective with intensifier. We are dash sure that Pre-modify the noun with determiner. We are dash sure that dash result of we are dash sure that dash result of 2021 will be pre-modify the adjective. What should be the answer? I have given you 3 questions, A, B and C. Write down the answer. What is happening? No problem, Ari, carry on. Excellent. Look at this, my dear students. Here you have to modify sure. Sure is an adverb. Sure is an adjective. That's why you have to use that adverb, but the adverb must be an intensifier. Intensifier. What is intensifier? Intensifier is an adverb which expresses the degree or frequency of any adjective or adverb. We can say we are quite sure, we are very sure, we are extremely sure. Okay, and the second one is you have to use a determiner. Determiner means the article, the result. It would be the result of 2012 will be dash satisfactory. You have to modify adjective. Here you have to use again adverb, and you have to use intensifier because satisfactory is an adjective. That's why you have to use an adverb. You can say very satisfactory, quite satisfactory, extremely satisfactory. All of them will be the answers for you. We have already talked about 43 minutes. Another 7 minutes to go. I have given you a lot of examples, and all the examples have been related to pre-modifier. Now I'd like to give you some examples of post-modifier, my dear students. Look at this. Question pattern of post-modifier is same. We love Bangladesh. Post modify the noun with an appositive. We love Bangladesh. Post modify the noun with an appositive. What should be the answer? Look at this. We love Bangladesh. Post modify the noun with an appositive. Post modify the noun with an appositive. No. Those who are using with which, you are making mistakes. Test 12, look at please. You have to modify Bangladesh and you have to modify with appositive. Question is, oh, here you have to use post modifier because the modifier that you are going to use is taking its position after Bangladesh. That means the modified word. Okay. Appositive means a noun or noun phrase. Appositive refers to a noun or noun phrase that is used after a noun or pronoun. That is a noun or pronoun, and this word or phrase gives an additional information about that noun or pronoun. For example, I love my mother. Look at this. If I say I, a teacher of DC. Look at please. I, a teacher of DC. Here I have used an additional information about I. And what is the additional information? A teacher of DC. A teacher of DC here. A teacher of DC is a noun phrase, and in this part you are not used to any kind of clause. Don't use a clause in the appositive. I, a teacher of DC, love my mother, comma, a lady with versatile genius. I love mother. Here, a teacher of DC. Here, a teacher of DC is an appositive of I. Here, a lady with versatile genius is also an appositive of my mother. Okay. Here, in appositive part, you are not allowed to use any kind of clause. Okay. Try to use a noun or noun phrase. Is it clear to you? So then what should be the answer here? What should be the answer here? Very good. We love Bangladesh. You can say the answer should be an. The answer should be an independent country. You can say a darling child of nature. You can say a country full of natural resources. You can say the queen of natural beauty, no problem. You can use any other information, but don't start with a clause. It should be a phrase. It should be a noun phrase. And in order to express appositive, appositive means case in apposition. In order to use appositive or case in apposition, you have to use comma. You have to use the punctuation mark, comma. Okay. Our last example for today. Our last example for today. We are cutting down trees. First modify the verb. First modify the verb with we are cutting down trees. Post modify the verb with an adverbial phrase. You have to modify the word verb, that is cutting, and you know that if you want to modify verb you must have to use adverb, but here you have been told to use not an adverb but an adverbial phrase. So you need to use a phrase. Okay. Yusuf Ahmed, try to be busy with learning. Don't write at randomly. Write at random. If anybody say without consideration, you have to use a phrase, not an adverb. Okay, you have to use an adverbial phrase, not an adverb, because you have been told to use adverbial phrase. Dear students, today we have totally focused on the question pattern of pre-modifier and post-modifier. Actually, we need to learn the grammatical items under pre-modifier and post-modifier. I'm going to tell you what devices, what grammatical items we need to learn. I will start these grammatical items in my next class, and this week the 2 classes for inter first year will be conducted by myself, that is by me. I will conduct classes of this week, that is I have taken this class and I would like to conduct the class on Wednesday also. In my next class I will talk about adjective, noun adjective, quantifier, demonstrative, possessive, determiner, compound, adverb, phrase, participle. These are the grammatical items that we need to cover under pre-modifier. There are grammatical devices under post-modifier also. There appositive, relative clause, adverb, participle and phrase. These are the grammatical devices that you need to learn very carefully, and if you can understand these grammatical items clearly, your foundation of grammar will be strong. At the same time, you will be able to feel interested in the part of modifier. So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you for being with me. I'd like to invite you to my next class that will be held on next Wednesday at 10 AM. I will be with the grammatical devices or items of pre-modifier. So till then, stay safe and blessed. Goodbye.